Hello, strong people. Week 10, day 4 of OSG Mid-Atlantic Regional Prep. It's our event day, as usual, for day 4. If you, haven't figured that out yet, I don't know how long you've all been sticking around, but I hope you stick around if this is your first one. Because training is going to get interesting here I think training's always interesting, but, we're at the heaviest point of prep. In some ways, maybe. Given how my back was feeling, dialing it back in some cases, I think. Not today, though. Today is, is what it is. So, we got bag toss, competition weights, minus the last bag. Rather than doing a 55, we are doing a 50 twice. Because the weights are 40, 40, 45, 45, 50, 55 at the show. So we're doing today 40, 40, 45, 45, 50, 50. And then next week go up to the 55 at the end. So I'm excited to give this a try, because this is the first time I've put together the full medley, and this will be the first time I've done a true medley. I guess I did like a halfway comp run just because my buddies were doing it. But this will be my first time doing like a true with intent bag run since regionals last year. So it's been, a year and a half, give or take. Yeah, probably not a year and a half, year and a couple months. Since I've done this. And I'm going to have to look, but I think our bag toss last year, it was heavy. It ended with like 60, I think. And I don't think anybody cleared it. So, I'm going to go, I think I only got the first two. What was it last year? 40, 45, 50? Yeah, I think last year was 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. I think it was a 5-bag series with 5-pound jumps. So, one extra bag in this one, but it ends lighter. So, I don't know. But I'm pretty happy with how a bag toss is feeling, so I hope that goes well. No squats. Squats, it seems to be, my coach usually takes them out, sort of. Takes them out of the event day when we're about a month out from the show, just to focus more on events. However, I am still squatting on Wednesdays, on day 2 of the week, my deadlift day. Sometimes he does that. I get it. I don't know. I mean, squatting after deadlifting sounds terrible in my opinion, but if it makes me stronger, then let's do it. So we got it's supposed to be 3 runs of frame at 720, 30 pounds under comp weight. 720 is what we've been doing for, I've done a 720 frame before. I think that's what it was last year at regionals. This year it was a little bit lighter because we had a yoke first, so it was it was like 700 into 700. So, hopefully 720 feels good today. Hopefully it feels fast. Because it needs to be both for me. A slow run on frame is not a good run because my grip is a lot better than it was, but I still feel like I need to outrun it a little bit. I think I can, grip for like 10 seconds or so, but if my run lasts longer than 10 seconds, at a heavy enough weight, I don't think I'm going to get it. Unless I, repick, like I'm saying in one full run. I don't want to drop the frame. At the show it's 750, so I gotta, I'll see what the frame's like when I get there, but hopefully it's a good event for me. Then I think it's Husafel. I think I have 2 sets of 200 feet with 360, so slightly below comp weight. Comp weight's 400. I think 400 is going to give people kind of an issue. I'm excited to try it. I think so. 2 runs, 200 feet at that, 360. And then I think 2 runs on the sandbag medley. So, oh, my nose is kind of stuffy. So that's going to suck. Lots of moving today. Lots of cardio. Oh, God. After talking all that out, I'm like, that's a lot. But frames should be fairly quick. I'm confident in that event, but that doesn't mean I can slack on the training for it. Husafel, I just need to be sure I get the weight high enough, and then it's just kind of, go. Ride like you stole it. And try not to black out. Early, at least. If you black out at the end, that's fine, but, not in the middle of the run or at the beginning, that'd be bad. And then sandbag medley, I got to speed it up today. Absolutely need to speed that up. So, I know that I was able to finish it both times. Oh, I forgot it's comp weight this time. It's 300 and 325, so it's going to be a challenge. But we just got to do it. I'm excited. Sounds like it's going to be a long day, too, so it is what it is. 3 weeks out. 4 weeks out, whatever we are. 3 weeks out now, I think. Oh, and I want to talk about the Shaw Classic Open. That's pretty cool. Looking at it, I want to go. That comp looks so well run. And they did something that I wasn't sure they were going to do. Some competitions will do all women. They'll kind of work their way up the weight classes, so they'll go lightest to heaviest. So like they'll go lightweight women. At least at this show, there was 4 classes. Other shows there's more, but so what I thought they would do is lightweight women, heavyweight women, lightweight men, heavyweight men, and then do flights like that. So but they didn't do that. They did each class going at the same time. So there was each a lane. In this lane was lightweight women, and this lane was heavyweight women. This lane was for lightweight men, and this lane was for heavyweight men. And I like that. I like that a lot. Reason being, you get the same judge every time. Unless something happens, but like all the heavyweights all had Ortmeyer judging. And I think that is very important because he was being lenient on a lot of reps, honestly. Like, there was plenty of reps that I saw. I was like, oh, I don't know how they got that. Especially kind of this level of a show. I expect it to be tough. And it's not that it's not tough. I'm just saying, like, there were some calls where I'm like, how did they get the down call? But that's the thing. If he's doing that to everybody, fine. And it looks like he was. It looks like he was being pretty consistent across the board. Consistently giving quick down calls. So, like, say you got him judging one person, and then, you're competing against a guy, and he's got someone who's making him hold it for 2-3 seconds at the top. You're automatically at a disadvantage there. Because you're losing, each rep for you might cost 8 seconds. And then each rep, say you got Ortmeyer. You got 8 seconds a rep. You move one lane down, your buddy who's competing against you has a different judge, and that judge is making him, hold it for 2-3 seconds, so his reps are taking 10, 12 seconds. It's just do the math. You can squeak in more reps doing it, with quick down calls versus, standing there and holding it for 2 seconds. So that's why I like having one judge, but it's not always possible. It just isn't. Sometimes there's just so many people, there's nothing you can do about it. But I like the way it ran. It looked smooth. The events looked good. The last event, the death medley, whatever you want to call it, that looked a little bit light. There were people that didn't finish it, but in general, 300 bag is not heavy for a super heavyweight, at least at most regular shows. 350 Husafel, that's very common. Tank push, that's a new one. I had never seen that in a show before. It looked like it sucked, though. Obviously, you don't get any momentum, so that would make it tough. But it looked like a tough medley, I don't know what the winner got, but I think it was like 30-something seconds. So to be working for that long in a medley, like, yeah, that's tough. I think it could have been heavier. But the other event, I think it was, I can't say that, because I think it was all weighted pretty well perfectly. Except the farmers. Dear God, $3.75 a hand? That's some heavy farmers. You just don't see those. You don't see heavy farmers like that very often, ever. Even at like World's Strongest Man, I don't think they use farmers that heavy. Or Giants Live or whatever. I don't think it's far off, but. And then the pro guys, like, Laws and Best, they were talking about how it's a low pick, like it's not an 18-inch pick. And I was like, what do you mean 18-inch pick? Are all the pro farmers like 18 inches? All our farmers are. I've never had a farmer's that's 18-inch pick. I've never had a frame that's an 18-inch pick. I've had like 16, but like most farmers are not 18 inches. Not one I've ever used. So, which changes a lot. You take an 18-inch pick height versus a 15-inch pick height, and you're in two different zones there in the deadlift. 18 inches is going to be way easier to get off the floor and go with. So, that would definitely make. That's a 750-pound deadlift, and then you got to run with it for those 375 handles. I don't think many people finished it. Like less than 5, maybe. I could be wrong about that, but don't get me wrong. There's some guys that just smoked it, like just under 18 seconds. Props to them, because that's 375 farmers is brutal. That one was heavy, which I liked though. I like the events. I'm excited to see the day 2 today and day 3 tomorrow. I had my pick for winning it, and I'm still sticking by it. So I'm also excited for the the actual pro show too. So that starts today at like 3 o'clock or something. I think the amateur. I can't say amateur because some of those guys are pros. So the open is like 10, I think. So pretty much right when I get down here and start training, that's when it's going to be starting. So I got to try not to get distracted, I'll be honest, but we'll see what happens. I went off the rails there talking a little bit, and now I got a 12-minute vlog of just my beard right in your face. So I'll check in with you guys after training. All right.
Nice. 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 Maybe. Watch out! Yep. Yep.
I'm gonna try and finish.
Time has elapsed. Rolling. Good. 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 Don't get hit. Good. Come on. Come on. Make this one count. Nope.
Oh, you.
Come on.
All right, well, that is the end of the session. Let me turn the AC down a little bit so you can hear me. Oh, God. So I'm not gonna lie, it started out really well. Sandbag run, did the 40, 40, 45, 45, 50, 50. I cleared all of them minus the last 50. And it's doable. I do think it's doable, but it wasn't there today. maybe take another half second before I do it next time. I don't know. I didn't get it either run, so maybe it's not there. And then, of course, I'm jumping to 55, on comp day. And next week, that's what I got. So it's, like I said, confident through the first 5 now. Very confident. I don't want to be too confident, though. I don't like being overly confident for an event. I'd rather just go do it and kind of see what happens. Confidence is good for some events, like heavy deadlifts, heavy press. You gotta know, like, hey, I am pressing this. It's happening. Otherwise, you're, not there on that. What else? No squats today. So I moved on to frame, and this is where I kind of went downhill. Grip, my grip is not there right now. I have no idea why. It's like it's gotten worse over the past 3 or 4 weeks. I don't know what it was, but I could not lock in my hands today. There's a specific feel to grip events. Like, I can tell right whenever I grip it whether or not I am making the run or not. It's not a matter of I don't know. I don't quite know how to explain it. But my grip strength isn't there. It's just not. I don't know how to describe it other than that. Like, there's a certain feeling you get whenever you are locked into a handle and you know that you're making it before you even pick it. And it's just, I was not feeling that today. It's fresh, and that's on a 720 frame, a little bit under comp weight. And I wasn't making it very far either. So, it's just frustrating because, I've done 720 down and back fast too. I've done 760. I've done 700 in a medley. I've done 350 farmers, no problem, down and back. But for whatever reason, something is not clicking right now. It has to be just general fatigue. I don't know. I've never really felt like this 3 weeks out. Well, I guess 4, because this is I still have next week of training, another week of training, and then a deload. So I guess this is a little bit less than 4 weeks out, I suppose. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. I've never felt this way this far out. Usually 2 weeks out is when everything sucks. Because that second to last day or week of training is heavier. But because you're fatigued, it just feels like the weight of the world. And I usually don't feel this way until then. So, maybe we pushed a little hard. I don't know. I'm not used to this. This hasn't happened in a while, if ever. So, maybe something's off somewhere. Don't really know. Because then I went on to Husafell. My buddy was doing Husafell as well. We're doing the same comp, so we're training kind of similar things right now. Different, a little bit different, but same event. So he had runs with the Husafell, but from a box. And I was like, I'm gonna do that from a box too. I wasn't sure at first. I was undecided because I want to train the pick of the Husafell, because that's hard, obviously. It's awkward. It's really awkward. And I think there's going to be people who won't pick a 400-pound Husafell. So I wanted to be prepared for that, but at the same time, my low back has been fatigued and not feeling great. So I was like, the two sides of it are, one, I don't train what I believe to be the hardest part of the Husafell, and risk, further maybe, hurting my back or whatever, making it feel less good. Or I do it from a box and I get some work in no matter what. So I went with a box. And warm-ups felt fine, whatever. But I got to that heavier load, 365 pounds. I picked it, turned, and I just thought I was going out for a second. So I turned back around to the box, and I almost missed the box. So me and my buddy were both like, yeah, no, call it, save it. So no sandbag today, no sandbag medley, which is not good, but because I wanted to get, excuse me, I wanted to at least get the cardio in for it, but I don't think the picks would be good. I don't know, I might have been doing more damage than good at that point, but it's too late to know now. So I gotta eat more or something, maybe. I did everything that I thought I needed to between yesterday and today. Drank all the water yesterday, ate enough food. Sleep was not great, but it's usually not for these Saturday training sessions, I'll be honest. It's not. I just don't sleep. I like to stay up late. It's a hole in my game, I won't lie. And I did that last night, so 6 hours of sleep probably, which is pretty typical for me. But I ate, all of my meal prep this morning, didn't leave anything behind, had some extra tortillas with it, more sodium, more carbs, hydrated really well, added a little bit of extra carbs on the way down, some sugary things. I just don't know. I would say the sleep was an issue, but that's usual for me. That's normal. So I don't know. I don't want to overthink it. I'm just hoping it's fatigue and a good rest will get me to where I need to be on game day, because we're almost there. So it's makes me a little bit nervous, but just gotta trust it, hope. So that's all I gotta say for today. Monday's press session may get pushed back a day to Tuesday. I don't want to do that, but if I need to, I will. My garage is supposed to be coming in Monday, and if it's up by the time I have no idea when they're going to be there, how long it's going to take, nothing like that. So if they get it done at a reasonable time and I'm able to move in some of my equipment so I can do my training in there Monday, then I'll do that. But if not, then I'll just do it Tuesday. Hopefully it's up. If it's not, then I don't really know what to do, because I don't want to do it in my yard. It would just be awful. But if that's what I got to do, worst comes to worst, I'm going to do it in my shed. I'm just going to, I don't know. I'll figure it out. That's for me to figure out and for you guys to watch whenever it happens. So hopefully things go all right. I don't know. Prep started out really hot. It's not feeling so hot right now. So we'll see. That's all I got to say. So, go out, get strong, stay strong, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.